Well, I guess some video is better than none. I think I found some climbers though. I saw their vehicles down below. See if I can get closer to get their attention. This is just a crazy mess of taller rocks. Like where I should have been recording on the way up, it was really cool. There was lots of pancake rocks, but I was so excited I just didn't pay any attention. And I kept going. I got way up here and I'm like, I should probably make a video. I was wondering where you guys were. You doing all right? Well, they were doing some rope climbing, which really isn't my kind of style. I like this sort of stuff. Though I can understand because both of them are a good adventure. I don't know, that bigger one. Oh, and in an airplane too. I can't tell if they're fighting each other or just flying together. Big old plane up there too. Oh, here's a pocket. This isn't really a bathtub though. Are these birds angry or what? That's kind of amazing. That ranch is almost the same elevation as this. I suppose I'll probably see these climbers here. Maybe. Nope. It's a good look at the Box Canyon down below, but the wind is so hard I gotta really speak into the microphone to have it pick me up, I'm sure. I wonder if they're just warning that there's people, like people in the area. So yeah, they aren't coming up this way because that's so steep. When I saw them last, it almost looked like they were going to give up. Like it was getting too steep, but I don't know. I guess I've never seen people rock climbing out here, not in that fashion. Yeah, here's the peanut bathtub. I gotta send a picture of that to my buddies. This was like 2 inches of water when we were up here the last time. They'll love that one. peanut tub. Lots of little ones here where they just drain to a... So this is kind of a tub, but it's just not been rounded out by the flow. You can see how the flow goes around it. Sometimes probably that way when there's a lot of it. I don't know, this is really why I do this YouTube, because I love seeing the geology aspects. And of course, occasionally finding somebody else out here doing crazy things. Huh. I don't see them. Not from here anyway. Now I could get over there, but I've got to kind of climb down this a little bit. Ooh, that's a nice feather. I think I'll just leave it there, but that's neat. So that's the road back there, the open creek. Huh. That was hollow. Right there. Huh. Yeah, that's very hollow right there. Weird. I found a few places like that where sometimes it's just the rock being able to move, but that big old thing wasn't moving, so I don't know. Deep tub. I don't think I've noticed that one, or at least didn't remember it. Shallow tubs. I guess it's not really a tub when it's that shallow. Chair. Yeah, here we go. Now this one had like 4 inches of water in it, and I sat down in it. It got good and wet. Well, I guess that's probably why they're climbing that bit, because it goes to a unique spot. Those are neat melted rocks. See, now there's a bunch of bathtubs in those rocks, and I think at the top of that one was where we finished. Look at this little cutout under there. Well, that'd be a good place to sleep if you had to. Well, I think I'll probably head back, because it's about noon right now. Probably take me an hour, and then like a half hour getting out of here or something like that. And then it'll be really hot. It was like 70 when I got out here, not too bad. Mostly I gotta keep my sideburns from burning. I'm getting a little bit too much sun exposure in some of those places that don't get a tone. Oh, that's too steep. I gotta go this way. See, that was what was nice about the beginning, is it was all shallow rock. There was nothing steep. Plenty of staircases, you know, but see if I can see them again, if they continued or if they doubled back. I don't think I'll bother them again. They're doing just fine. I guess when they said we were wondering where you went, they probably saw me drive as far as I did, because I was in the open for a little while. So I guess if anybody else wants to try what I'm doing right now, the best way to get out here is to park about where I did, unless you want to try to drive up that fucking thing. But you just park there, come up the hill, and then as soon as it's flat, you take a left. And you can kind of stay where it's flat for a long time. It's just the part that I didn't record today at the beginning was really cool. Total pancake rocks. So I think I'm going to try to somewhat go back that way, but not the exact same path. It should take me right past those bubble rocks again. Pancake rocks, I mean. This is bubble rocks. See where these places notch real bad, then it starts to grow the thorns and various plants that can get in your way. Another airplane. Well, this is getting a little hairy, but there is a big chunk of this that I didn't explore today or any other day out here. So, I don't know, maybe I will. So here's where it starts to get real pancakey, down through that. And then in the notch, basically, is where my Jeep is, so I don't really worry about not being able to get out of here. Got it? Something moved. This is definitely rabbit and hare territory. Might have just been that bird. I haven't really seen very many lizards either, which kind of surprises me. Oh, my legs are really burning now. Everything kind of shares a similar color around here. A lot of red, A lot of granite, kind of gray. I guess this is going to be the wall to this direction. Keep tipping downhill. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to keep going. So those reddish brown hills, I mean roads, the reddish brown roads, that's where the China Wall goes. This really turns colors in the fall. One of the better spots on that. I'm just kind of on the side of this huge one. Yeah, see, this is kind of how it's featured, is you have all the big rocks near this side and high up. And the more that you stay to the east direction, it's just not so bad. I'm guessing a lot of that's just due to the way the rain runs off the big rocks and down to the smaller stuff. Someday these will break apart and fall down into the creek too. Suspended rock area. I wonder if I can go under this. I don't think I'll try. Here's another big bathtub. See, it drains to here. You can see the drain really clearly. And then all the silt and sand gets carried here. And then what? It probably goes this way. Makes all this stuff grow. Makes all this stuff grow. And then, whoosh, oh, look at that. Little aspen coming up in the crack. See, well, I really have to go back to where I came from, because if I start going down, it's just steep. I say, you know, don't get lost out here, but it's honestly pretty fucking hard to get lost on this stuff. You can only go so many directions. I wonder what their goal hiking was, or climbing was, because like where they were stopped, it's pretty sheer straight up from there, and maybe that's what they were going up to. I don't know. They had lots of gear and they seemed experienced, so I bet that's what they were gonna do. Was, oh no, I can't go that way. I'll probably just go straight up that wall. That broken aspen gonna kill me. Well, let's see. I want to get into those folds. Mouth is starting to dry. I'm gonna have to take a break pretty soon. Wow. Well, I'm going to try to climb that thing on the other side if I can get down this. Oh boy, that's kind of steep. foot in that crack, and then I can get my butt on the ground. Oh, it's stuck. Okay, I made it. Make sure I didn't scratch my phone case doing that. Sliding down the rocks. See, that's kind of cool too. Well, I can make it up that other side. I don't know, I can make it down this. Choices. I think I'm gonna go back up because that's just, I don't want to try to run it out. Well, maybe I have to now. No, I would never do that if I didn't have soft stuff to land on at the bottom. Wow. The last time it rained, you can tell it just ripped through here. I really don't think that's been for a while though. It's just so dry. The dirt coming in was kicking up and going in the window and just powdery. Ew. Dry needles. Okay. Now we're over the big gaps. That looks pretty dead. Well, it's got a little bit of life to it, not much. Feels like around it or down, around it or down. I guess that's part of why I didn't record on the way up, because I was huffing and puffing, but enjoying myself. My iPhone's ringing out here. Spam call. I hate that. I like how my phone or my watch will tell me, you know, what the spam is. But like that one, it was about one of my health related things, so I answered it anyway. But well, I'm not really seeing those same pancake rocks, but I think I just have a little further to go, really. You see all those textured rocks through the trees? That's about where the road is. You gotta go that far, so I got plenty of distance to go yet. Now the further that you get away from those big rocks, it travels a lot more like this, so easier than 5 foot in it. I can tell my lips are drying out and my shirt is becoming too warm for the weather. See if I can get a look from here. See, this is like the steep way down. Way quick. So I gotta cut this way a little bit more. Yeah, and see this one you can't even get off of without going around. So I'm still kind of in the bigger bulbous rocks. Well, anybody that's actually still watching at this point, I appreciate it. The action is definitely near the big rocks and the fun of it all. Now it's kind of a hot trudge, but I'm hoping that I see those pancake rocks again. So these are already getting kind of pancakey. Pancakey. That's a fun word. I took such a random way up from pile of rock to pile of rock that I don't really have a general feel for the direction that I went. Well, other than east, you know. From one mound towards the other mound, you know. Yeah, I went too directly this way. I think I'm just gonna backtrack and go around this big one here. Try not to do too much double backing in the heat, but I think sometimes it's definitely worth it. I could have put my AirTag thing on and, you know, just use that, but I kind of, especially since having my seizures, I like to test my brain. And my brain is telling me correct things today, which is nice. I can keep a much better sense of, you know, where I was and where I'm headed if when I get to the top I don't start just scrambling, you know, to get a view of something, because that's how I kind of break my mental tracking of where I've been and where I'm going. Whew. I definitely should stop for water. See if I can find a good shade spot near some pancakes. I'm not dying, it's just my mouth from talking is dry. The heat kind of makes me want to splash my forehead. I think I've kind of come across the flat bit a little further because of these notches here. It's been so long. This is actually my first trip out here since having the seizures, so everything kind of feels a little new that way. So if I cut down that hill, I think I'd go straight to where the Jeep is at, but I also don't want to turn an ankle doing it. Oh, I've got that tea in my pocket. It weighted my pants down. I forgot what it was. See, now this feels familiar right here. mean, unless there's powder, you can't hardly tell where you've walked. There's the road. Yeah, see, I think the area I was thinking of is more that way. I came too shallow and too direct. That's pretty cool. Jabba the Hutt rock. Well, I guess all I really did was curse and scramble through the rocks to get out, but oh well. What are we at here? 31 minutes. Dang. 31 minutes and I murdered my exercise rate thing. So we'll take a good widescreen look back from the road here. Yeah, you can kind of tell that that one hump is over there, but you can't really see where you're headed through the trees from there. But that's really what I'm referring to as the first flat spot you see when you come up here past the flatness of the creek area. Oh man, my lips are just feeling it. Okay. Kind of shallow sunshine. Dry as hell. You can kind of see from here, that whole thing is a big old pancake rock, and I guess you just gotta find a big enough chunk of it to see it. Oh, standing in the shade and the wind blows, I almost kind of feel a chill. $50-some battery percent left. That ain't bad. 55. Wow. I guess at 34 minutes, that's about right. I don't have diddly squat for clouds, though. That's why it's so hot. Oh, my back is all sweaty. Push my back up against the rock. I wonder if you can see it on my back. It felt pretty wet. Oh. Now let's see, make sure I got my lens cap in my pocket. Yeah, we're good. Got the vape. I think we'll just start walking. Oh, I'm not forgetting my palm though. Back into your pocket here. That was weird how long I carried that. and didn't even realize it was in my pocket. See, I think the UTVs or the rain, or a combination of UTVs and rain, has really messed this area up. It used to have a lot more dirt packed in it. Anytime you see a Jeep go up this, it would be pretty slow, and I've seen some ATVs like literally race up it. So you can't go fast in areas like this, it just screws them up. Respect nature, it'll help you out back. Well, if I see the climbers, I'll offer them a ride. Though my Jeep's probably hot right now. It's like kind of in the shade, not really. Well, I think we'll call it good here. Thanks for tuning in.